These are 11 of the biggest American bodybuilders. Number 11. Lou Ferrigno. Known also by the nickname Hulk, Lou Ferrigno is one of the biggest bodybuilders of his day. This massive bodybuilder first hit the weight room at 12 years old and never looked back. After over 10 years of training, he became the youngest competitor to win the IFBB Mr. Universe competition twice. Ferrigno was known for his huge pectorals, and eventually his fame in the bodybuilding world launched him into the bright lights of Hollywood in his late 20s. After his acting career, Ferrigno returned to the sport in his 40s. Number 10. Johnny O. Jackson. This short bodybuilder set the original record for heaviest deadlift at 760 pounds. Johnny O. Jackson served in the armed forces before his run at the competitive bodybuilding scene. While he may not be the most outwardly large bodybuilder on this list, the pure muscle density he shows is more than enough. His upper body development is some of the best in the sport. Jackson has won several championships and has earned the title of World's Strongest Bodybuilder. His personal best came recently in 2012, where he shattered his original record and deadlifted 832 pounds at the age of 40. Number 9. ROELLY WINKLAAR. New to the sport, ROELLY WINKLAAR's body has been impressive from the beginning. Weighing in at 285 pounds of muscle on an extremely small 5' 6" frame, WINKLAAR has shown competitors that height doesn't matter. WINKLAAR has yet to reach his peak, only recently entering the sport, but he has already placed in several bodybuilding competitions like the 2009 NPC Arnold Amateur Championship. WINKLAAR is slowly setting himself up to become the next big name in the sport. Keep your eye on this budding athlete as he rises up through the bodybuilding ranks, as he'll only get bigger. Number 8. Kai Greene. Greene became the youngest natural professional bodybuilder at the time at 19 years old. The athlete turned to the sport in order to deal with a troubled upbringing and difficult childhood. In fact, one of Greene's teachers turned him onto the sport in the 7th grade, which would eventually lead to one of the biggest pro bodybuilders in the country. Now an IFBB athlete, Kai has reached his dream of becoming a perennially successful athlete. In 2013, he won the Prague Pro and has placed second in the prestigious Mr. Olympia competition in 2012, 2013, and 2014. Greene still competes professionally and is looking for his first championship. While now a veteran in the sport, he continues to regularly place and may receive a coveted first-place finish in the near future. Number 7. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The legend of the bodybuilding world, Arnold Schwarzenegger's career started as the youngest competitor to win a Mr. Universe title. After his first championship, Schwarzenegger couldn't get enough of the winner's circle, taking numerous titles and as many first-place trophies as he could get his hands on. His success in the sport and later on the silver screen made him a pop culture phenomenon. While an Austrian-born athlete, Schwarzenegger immigrated to the United States to continue his success in the bodybuilding profession. Eventually, the Austrian-born Schwarzenegger even entered the political world, becoming the governor of California in 2003. Schwarzenegger is considered one of the most influential figures in the sport, so much so that a competition was named after him, the Arnold Classic. Rightfully so, Arnold Schwarzenegger has left a legacy and long after retirement has still acted as the face of the bodybuilding world. Number 6. Gregg Valentino. Gregg Valentino serves as a warning to current professional bodybuilders. Known as having the biggest biceps in his time, Valentino started to experiment with steroids in order to get as huge as possible. Valentino went from an impressive natural 21-inch bicep to an enhanced 28-inch bicep shortly after he started using steroids. He also injected synthetic oils into his biceps to enhance them even further, making them disproportionate to the rest of his body. Soon after this experiment started, it ended in a dramatically horrible way. Valentino's biceps ended up exploding, or otherwise bursting, from his chemical enhancements, seriously injuring the man for life. In his time as a professional bodybuilder, Valentino was considered one of the biggest athletes of the sport, even before drug supplements. Number 5. Ronnie Coleman. Coleman holds the record for most straight wins for the highly sought Mr. Olympia at 8 consecutive titles. He graduated Grambling State University at the top of his class in accounting, but decided to enter the professional bodybuilding world before putting his accounting skills to work. Coleman also holds the record for most overall wins for the IFBB at 26, making his career truly astounding. With a competitive weight of 300 pounds, Ronnie Coleman is one of the biggest and most successful athletes of the sport. He still continues to make bodybuilding videos today and owns a company geared towards bodybuilding and other high-muscle sport nutrition. Number 4. Lee Haney. One of the premier bodybuilders of the 80s, Lee Haney was truly a spectacle of human physique at his prime. He dominated the bodybuilding world with 8 Mr. Olympia titles and 13 overall championships. Early on in his career, the man became a force, placing in every single professional competition he entered. His upper body was his claim to fame, having enormous pectorals even for a professional bodybuilder. His pyramid-like upper body build almost looks as though it's fake, massive for his 5'11" height. The IFBB professional was appointed to the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports after his career and now runs his own broadcast teaching about physical and spiritual growth. Number 3. Flex Wheeler. Totaling 17 different professional titles, Flex Wheeler is truly one of the biggest and best bodybuilders of all time. Ronnie Coleman even once said that Flex was the best bodybuilder he ever competed against. Specifically, Flex Wheeler was known for having the best abs around. While a huge human being, it was his attention to detail, technique, and muscle definition that set him apart from the other athletes of the sport. To this day, one of the most discussed injustices in IFBB is how Flex never received a Mr. Olympia title, placing second 3 times for the prestigious championship. Number 2. Shawn Ray. Shawn Ray was known for his personality above all else. He was a very competitive and talkative athlete. His nickname, Mr. Symmetry, was perfect for the body he tried to win championships with. Ray trained to be constantly huge in all areas, not just the upper or lower body, something that was and still is rare to the sport. While he believed in being the overall biggest, his strategy of being a well-balanced muscle man never panned out. He had several top 5 finishes on the Mr. Olympia stage, but could never quite get into the winner's circle. Number 1. Frank Zane. Frank Zane had a naturally small frame and tiny joints. Due to this, he had to develop a different style in order to compete at the high IFBB level. Zane was known for his attention to muscle definition over mass, building a high contrast between muscle zones for maximum attention. Somehow, weighing in at only 190 pounds for competition, Zane was a physically imposing but not grotesque-looking bodybuilder. His strategy was so successful that he even stole a title away from the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger at the 1968 Mr. Universe. He won 3 straight Mr. Olympia titles with a body that was in stark contrast to the other athletes he was competing against. Was your favorite bodybuilder left off the list? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos like this one. Thanks for watching!